After spending 6 months with the Canon EOS R, I can absolutely say without a shadow of a doubt it's been one hell of a journey. The camera's become an extension to my creativity, and you know, like any tools, there are some caveats there that we need to discuss. So here's a breakdown of the highs and the lows and whether or not the Canon EOS R is worth buying in 2025. Okay, so we'll start this off with 5 things that I love about the Canon EOS R. First point, stunning image quality. Now, the 30.3 megapixel full frame sensor delivers sharp, vibrant images with an incredible detail and dynamic range. Whether I'm shooting landscapes, portraits, or doing street photography, the files are rich and they're really flexible for editing. Point number 2, fantastic autofocus performance. Canon's dual pixel autofocus is smooth, reliable, and especially impressive for both stills and video. Eye detection autofocus locks on quickly, making portrait sessions a breeze, and it's even handy in tricky lighting situations as well. Point number 3, solid build quality and ergonomics. The EOS R feels superb in the hand, it's robust without being heavy, and the grip is perfectly shaped for long shooting sessions. The customizable buttons and controls let me tailor the camera exactly how I like it. And I've got to admit, I've shot on a lot of Micro Four Thirds cameras in the past, and other than the G80, the G100 was quite small and hard for me to handle. Canon EOS R is just perfect. It fits right. It's very good. Point number 4, gorgeous EVF and fully articulating screen. So the electronic viewfinder is bright and responsive, making it a joy to compose shots. The fully articulating touchscreen is a huge bonus for creative angles, vlogging, and shooting awkward compositions. Point number 5, versatile lenses. Now, fortunately, we can get a RF to EF adapter, and that's a saving grace for somebody like me on a low budget. I still use a lot of EF glass, so that adapter's been an absolute lifesaver. Okay, so we'll come to the point of the video where there's a couple of things that could be better about the camera. The first one, it's only got one SD card slot. Now, fortunately, this has never failed on me as of yet, touch wood, but there is that thought in the back of your mind that potentially, if it was to fail, I might lose everything, and that would be huge. So having dual SD card slots would be a massive bonus on this sort of level of camera. Point 2 that I'm not too keen on is the cropped 4K video. While the camera shoots beautiful 4K, there is a 1.7 times crop, and that can be frustrating for wide-angle video work. It feels like an unnecessary limitation on an otherwise very capable hybrid shooter. If that 4K crop wasn't there, this camera would be all singing and dancing almost. Point number 3, the battery life could be better. Although decent, the battery life isn't mind-blowing, especially when using the EVF heavily. And I've learned to carry a spare battery on longer shoots to avoid getting caught short. And another issue I have is with this particular battery system is it's very expensive to replace. You're talking nearly £60–70 just for a Canon branded replacement battery. I picked up 3 newer batteries for £56, and they're not quite as good as the Canon branded batteries, but those 3 plus my Canon one gets me through quite a few shoots, to be fair. It's quite surprising. If I'm not shooting video on the Canon and I'm just taking photographs, one battery can last me a fair while. So it's kind of a positive negative situation on that one. And just a little bonus negative about this camera, the in-body image stabilization is non-existent. There's no IBIS. It's all digital image stabilization, and to be quite honest with you, it's not amazing, especially if you're moving the camera a lot and rolling shutter and all that sort of stuff. It's very glitchy. It's very digital, so I try to avoid that as best as I can. To be honest with you, if you're using the camera on a tripod, you're okay. If you're shooting in 1080p, you're okay, but on the cropped 4K, it's not very good. So I'd love to see some IBIS in this camera, but you know, I understand it's an old camera and you don't have it. Do you need it? You can get away with not using it. You just have to be careful and you have to be smart with how you're shooting. Some other bonus points to the camera that I really like. So you can shoot the camera in 8-bit or 10-bit. To shoot in 10-bit, you do need an external recorder, and that again can get quite costly. So for somebody like myself who's very budget minded, that's not really an option. So I've been shooting in, well, I've shot in a few different ways. So I've shot at 1080p, which to be honest is pretty much my favorite, and I just upscale it to 4K. And I have shot it at 4K with a 1.7 crop using my Sigma 10–20mm wide angle lens, which is a fine option. It's the only option I have at the moment. and I'm quite happy continuing with that. I do have other cameras that I use for talking headshots as well. So I use the DJI Pocket 2. I've got the DJI Action 3, the DJI Action 1. So a couple of different cameras there as well for all my different angles. So why do I love this camera so much? The Canon EOS R feels like a creative companion rather than just a piece of gear. It's reliable, it's intuitive, and consistently delivers results that I'm proud of. Every time I pick it up, it makes photography fun, and that's something specs alone can't capture. It's a camera that doesn't get in the way, but instead encourages experimentation and growth. In many ways, it's rekindled my passion for shooting purely for the joy of it. And you know, it's, yeah, okay, there are issues with the video, but from a bare bones photography perspective, you cannot go wrong with this camera at all. I really do like it. I really enjoy using it. I really enjoy the image quality that's coming out of the camera. Would I recommend the Canon EOS R in 2025? Absolutely, but with context. Just be aware of the single card slot, the 4K 1.7 crop, the lack of in-body image stabilization, and you know, if 4K video is your main focus and nothing else, then probably this isn't the camera for you. But if you're like me, who does a hell of a lot of photography and some video, then you could definitely make this camera work as a hybrid. It's a camera that you can grow with, and that's the important thing for me when I purchased this particular camera. I wanted to stay in the Canon ecosystem. I really like Canon. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm a bit of a Canon fanboy, to be honest with you, but that's okay. So final thoughts. If you're sitting on the fence about this camera, don't let the specs that are on paper put you off. The camera is fantastic. You can get it for a relatively decent price at the moment, and you're getting that Canon quality. It leans heavily more onto the photographer side rather than the video side. If your main focus is video, don't bother with the camera, because you can probably get some better options out there. But if you lean more towards doing a lot of photography, then this is the camera for you. Grab the Canon EOS R, hit the streets, the studio, or the mountains, and watch your photography take flight. Really, genuinely. You know, it's been 6 months, and I'm looking forward to using this camera for another 6 months, maybe longer. I just enjoy it. I don't need anything else right now. Ultimately, I would love to get some RF glass, because I feel like, I mean, currently this is one of my main lenses that I use, which is the 24 to 70 mil. It's the Mark 1 L series lens, and it's fantastic. If I could get one of those with image stabilization in it, even better. But ultimately, I would like to eventually get onto the RF ecosystem of lenses, but currently, financially, I just can't afford it. They're very expensive, and I think I'm doing okay with what I've got, to be fair. And that ultimately, that's the question you need to ask yourself. Like, you know, is the equipment that I've got good enough to do what I need to do? And 9 times out of 10, you'll surprise yourself and realize that absolutely it is. So I think that brings us to a steady end to the video. If you liked it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know in the comments, would you consider using the EOS R? Have you got the EOS R? What's your experience with it? Let me know. Take care, guys.